Hello everyone, my name is Krista and I'm making this video. It's my first time vlogging. I wanted to make a video about my upcoming procedure, the panniculectomy. I have a very hard time saying that word. I wanted to make a video because I noticed that on YouTube there are not that many recent videos of people who have been through this exact surgery following the gastric sleeve surgery that I had almost 2 years ago. They always talk about tummy tucks or the mommy makeover, and that is not what this specific surgery is about. I am having insurance cover this surgery. I do have to have a copay. It's a couple $100. But everyone's insurance is different. I have Federal, Blue Cross, Blue Shield. There's only a few things that they needed to have. So they are covering the surgery. So it's been almost 2 years. They want you to be at a plateau where your weight is not fluctuating horribly, where it's going up 10 pounds, down 15, then you're not really at a plateau. I have maintained about 167 pounds. I'm up and down. At my very highest, I was 394. I am currently stuck in the 260s. I've been down to 247, then went back up with the pandemic to about 263, and between 260 and 265 is where I'm maintaining my weight. I am having health issues underneath my stomach, what they call the apron belly. So the insurance has agreed to pay for that because of my issues. I did put a longer description in the bio about why I had the gastric sleeve and the troubles and hardships I went through that contributed to my weight gain. I've always been a big girl, very heavy set. But my weight got out of control with certain factors that happened in my family and having my daughter and everything like that. So I am taking 6 weeks off of work. I do work for the post office, so it is not a desk job. It is heavy lifting and constantly on your feet. My husband will be here for the first 2 weeks to take care of me. And then my mother will be coming for the third week because I do have my 3-year-old daughter who is not in daycare. So she will have to be looked after, and as well as me. So on to insurance. Like I said, every insurance is different. The very first step you want to take if you want them to pay for it, it's very expensive out of pocket. I called to ask if I could add on like thigh skin removal or the vicious arms right here, or even this double chin, but it's that's considered cosmetic and plastic surgery, so it is not covered by insurance unless there is a serious health issue that arises from that, but it's basically a want over a need. So the very first step that you would want to do is to call your insurance company. I do have the Blue Cross app, which does help you with other things. However, their app does not know what the panniculectomy word is. So I know I don't like to call people either, but call the 800 number for member services on whoever your insurance provider is and ask them, tell them that you've had the gastric sleeve and tell them how long it's been, and then just tell them, I want to get the skin removal for the panniculectomy. If you can't say the word like I can't half the time, just tell them the skin removal surgery on your stomach. It is not a tummy tuck. They are two completely different things. So I called them and they went ahead and told me what the requirements were. They wanted, just pictures from the surgeon. They asked me if I had any skin lesions or rashes, and I fit all those boxes. So the first step is to call them. Then they told me who my surgeons in my area were. I went ahead and called and made an appointment with the surgeon. We are in the middle of a pandemic, so it was a little bit of time before I could get in. I couldn't bring my daughter with me. I had to take off work. And when I got there at the surgeon's, it was very simple. They looked at my stomach. They said, how much weight have you lost? And I told them I've lost about 167 pounds on average. And they asked me if I was having any problems under my stomach, and I told them, oh yes. So they went ahead and took pictures for insurance purposes. They took pictures like up underneath where I lifted my stomach up. From the side, they wanted to see my pubic area to see where the lesions were. I've had the rashes, the cysts, all the itchy, sometimes smelly parts I'm sure all of us have had after this skin removal surgery or before the skin removal surgery. So They went ahead and took pictures. Then the surgeon came in. He talked to me for about 10 minutes, maybe. He explained to me the difference between the panniculectomy and the tummy tuck. He told me he was feeling on my stomach and told me certain things. He told me they will not be messing with the belly button. Usually they can. You can choose to have the tummy tuck and the panniculectomy rolled over into the same surgery. But the tummy tuck is not covered by insurance. So, and they have credit cards and stuff you can use to pay for it, but we're not going to go there. Went ahead and told me that he's going to be working below the belly button, cutting me basically from hip to hip. Those of you who have had a C-section, it is pretty much the exact same scar line. I've been told that if you have had a C-section, they cut along the exact same scar line. So if you've had that, you know what that's like. I had my daughter naturally, so I don't know, but I don't do well under anesthesia anyway, so I'm still nervous regardless. But he told me that he's gonna basically cut, and you can look at videos on YouTube. I strongly suggest you finish eating before you watch these videos. There's a few that they show it cut open and they lift almost the entire stomach out, and it's very gruesome, but very informative as well. So if you have the stomach for it, I suggest you watch those. Again, there's not that many videos on YouTube that cover only a panniculectomy. They only cover tummy tucks or mommy makeovers, and that is not the same thing. With a tummy tuck, they tighten all the muscles and make everything pretty and hard and back to where it's supposed to be. But this is for if you have so much weight loss after weight loss surgery that they would go up underneath and cut all that. They call it an apron belly, and it causes a lot of issues when you run. You have back problems. They take care of that where they remove that, and then you still have the fat above the belly button, but you have to work on that yourself with crunches and things like that. So like I said, I'll be taking off for 6 weeks. I'm gonna try to do a vlog for the first couple of days. I do not do very well under anesthesia. The last surgeries that I've had my gallbladder removed when my daughter was born. I have metal in my leg from when I was 14, and then I had the gastric sleeve done, and every time I wake up, I am the sick person, the one who would rather die. I do not do well under that. And I also do not do well with any type of narcotics, where they give you the good stuff like Percocet and Vicodin. I usually opt to not have that because those make me feel very drugged and very out of it, and also very sick. They've given me different kinds of nauseous medication. Nothing works. The Zofran they gave me for the gastric sleeve, it worked a couple of days after surgery, but nothing helped me the first few days. I did get to go home the next day because I finished that eating challenge that they make you do. But the very first night I was very, very sick, and I would never want to go through that again. But the problems that I'm having with this weight loss and the skin removal, I'll show you in the next video what it looks like under there. But the apron belly is to the point where I do need to have surgery now. This will probably be my last surgery. Everything else I'll work on my own. It would be nice to have a mommy makeover, but I don't need it. My husband doesn't care what I look like. I already have a daughter. I don't need to be perfect. I probably never will be, but this is for those of you who are going through this exact procedure. I wanted to show, I think the last one that I saw was from 3 years ago, and with the pandemic, things are a little different nowadays. So I know that my husband would be allowed to be there with me, but they told me our daughter could not. So therefore, he's going to drop me off. He's going to stay around the area as much as he can with a 3-year-old. But they will call him when to come back and get me. It's supposed to be an in and out. They said the surgery itself takes about 3 hours. And then I should be able to go home the same day if there's no issues. I'm going to have 2 drains put in, is what he told me. And then I'll have my post-op appointments will let me know if I can get them taken out. So we will see where that goes. But I will show you in the next video what my apron belly looks like, so you can compare it to yours or see the before and after, if you will. I apologize ahead of time if there are noises in the background or anything, because, you know, I'm a mom. So I'm a mom and I've never vlogged before. I don't usually like recording myself. So any negative comments you have, I would appreciate if you kept them to yourself. This is a big thing for me to actually record myself. I don't usually do this kind of thing at all. I have a TikTok account, but I don't post my own videos. They're of my daughter, or I just like to look at other people's stuff. So any positive comments you have, I would love those. I've never ever made a video before. So this is my very first time, and I really wanted to make this just to help other people like myself who scrolled through YouTube to find videos of people who went through this. And like I said, they were few and far between, and they were also, you know, sometimes they were from 3 years ago, or they were from 4 years ago, or they were for the panniculectomy plus the tummy tuck. I'm only having the one. So yeah, thank you. And the next video will show you my apron belly. And then after that, like I said, my surgery is 8 days from now. So it is on April 13th. They said at 10 o'clock in the morning. I will be getting a phone call the day before telling me when to report to the hospital. They just said it's actually very simple. Besides the gastric sleeve, there is no dietary restrictions like the liquid diet. You have to go on 2 weeks the liver shrinking diet. We don't have to do that. They just said stop eating after midnight, obviously. Only clear liquids until 7 o'clock the next morning. They want you to take an antibacterial type of shower. They say you can use Dove or something. I suggest now, it's expensive, but just go get a small bottle of Hibiclens. It's like a green bottle at your CVS, Walmart. Walmart's cheaper. It's like $10 for the bottle, but it literally gets rid of any bacteria on your body. It just makes you feel safer, especially with COVID, going into a hospital to have surgery. So they said to shower with that the night before, and also then again the next morning take a shower again with the Hibiclens. Wear light fitting clothing. They said deodorant is okay, but no perfumes, no hair gels. Just be prepared to go in there to have surgery. You're not winning a beauty pageant. Hair will be in a messy bun, no makeup. Just, you're about to have major surgery, so who cares what you look like? So that's what the lady on the phone call had told me. That's exactly 2 weeks before the surgery, you get a phone call and they just go over your entire health history just to make sure you don't have to come in for blood work, or if there's any issues. I don't have any underlying issues, no asthma, no nothing like that. So I'm pretty easy except for the anesthesia problems. So she did note that in there. So after that, she just let me know what time my appointment was, and they'll be giving me a call the day before to let me know when to report. The only thing I can bring in there is my cell phone, my ID, and my insurance card. And someone wants to be in the video, so I'll let her.
I want to sit with you.
Yes, you can sit with me. This is my daughter. This is Athena. Say hi.
Hi.
So, and then I'm sure my husband will be in the video eventually taking care of me. So, say bye.
Bye.